Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kush
and Coffee with High Heels
and Verizstyle shae.
Hey, what's up? All right, so today we have a really fun topic. And I always say they're fun. But it's because this is really something that's been popping right now on social media. And it's something that I've been wanting to talk about. It just finally we got the opportunity and the actual content or the context to put it in. So, Billy Porter.
The
beautiful Billy Porter on Sesame Street. Is it the gay agenda or is it I can't say it.
You said is
the formerly it or is it a former homophobe? Is it hold on, I gotta get this right. Is it the gay agenda?
Or is it
the former I know what it is. Or is it a former homophobic society now opening up?
She got it.
Okay. So I guess I gotta say it for real. Okay, hold on. That's why you swallowed your air in your throat.
We're back.
All right. Whew. This is really something that's been going on in social media, and I feel like, and it's something I kind of really been wanting to talk about, so we finally have the context to speak on it. Finally. But Billy Porter on Sesame Street.
Okay.
It's been getting a lot of heat lately. Now, is this the gay agenda being furthered? Or is it a formerly homophobic society finally opening up?
Are you asking?
I know, right? That was a hell of a damn question. Like, shit.
Oh, well.
Took a lot to say it. But
let me take a sip. Shit. I think it's probably both. You know what I mean? The gay agenda. Okay, so that's something that's always been in plan, right? Supposedly.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like. So what do you think though?
I believe that it's both.
I'm making you take a decision. You feel like it's both. You feel like it's both gay agenda and a formerly homophobic society opening up.
Yes.
So
mostly because, you know, it is planned that the gay agenda is pushed more, you know, as time goes by. It's already in the plans. There's no secret to that. But it is also a good thing that is allowing people to open up to be more aware. But I believe it's the way that we're going about it. Okay. What about you? I mean,
you know, for me, I'm really not bothered by it, to be honest.
But do you think it's the gay agenda?
I feel like
and opening up, or do you just feel one way?
It's like this. I personally, with the gay agenda, okay, so yes. Like the gay, okay, we'll talk about the gay agenda a little bit.
Okay.
Before I answer my question. Because I feel, this is why I feel the way I feel. So the gay agenda, we will all say this, a lot of people say conspiracy theory, but it does appear,
yes, to
most that a lot, especially certain communities, i.e. the Black community, they do push a lot of homophobic, or like more homosexual, heightened content.
Yes.
So when we see a lot of gay people, we don't just see them gay. We see them with dresses, with wigs, makeup. We see our women completely butched out, so that people do feel there is a gay agenda to affect the Black family. And I could see that. And a lot of people feel like the gay agenda is population control. Okay, I can see that too. But for me, I don't feel this is the gay agenda 100%. Because I have 5 kids, and so I just see that Sesame Street is trying to make something more understandable.
Yeah,
and to show that there's just different types of people.
I just feel like I have a problem with Sesame Street, not necessarily, kind of Billy too, because it's the way they're presenting it. Now, I've seen a couple vlogs and stuff where they're like, well, the way he's dressing on the show and all this and that. I totally agree. I believe if you're going to have a gay male, you should also have a lesbian on there as well.
I say this, though. Okay. I think that Ellen has been on. I feel like
they should have them both at the same time.
But this is the thing, though. Ellen was not wearing a freaking dress like how he is. So I do see what you're saying, where it's like, okay, if you're going to have one be over the top, why is another not over the top? But I think it's just, Okay, let me let you continue.
I mean, I was just saying, like, if you're going to have a male, also have a female, a real woman on there as well, you know, that is a lesbian. Or you should literally, like, let people have that option, like, 2 different shows that they can actually look at, like, if at the same time, because some people might not, some people's kids actually watch Sesame Street every week, right? And then you have those that don't watch it every week. I mean, that watch it every week that's straight, and some that watch it every week that's gay. I feel like they should have 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying? One, if they are okay with allowing their children to watch that, like, yeah, you can watch this episode. But the other one, maybe some parents aren't ready for their children to be exposed to homosexuality at such a young age, because it depends on the way that it is presented. You know what I'm saying? If he comes on there with a dress, I'll be like, what? Why?
Yeah.
I mean, he already took Photoshop.
Well, they did actually have photos.
Oh.
So let's see the photos. Let's see. Okay. So we want to see, is he in a dress? Because that will change a little bit of the vibe.
Yes.
It'll make it seem a little bit like,
So here, look at this picture right here, y'all. So. 1, 2, 3 at the top.
All of his glory. Hello,
now, he looks good. He looks good. I love the dress. I do like the dress. It's nice. It's pretty, I guess. But the tuxedo, okay, whatever. It's fashion.
This is what he wore to the Oscars. So this was his Oscar dress, like, hello, or outfit. And there's probably pants under there. We don't know. It could be a jacket.
Yeah,
this could be a big jacket. Hello.
Don't be trying to make it sound better. Don't be trying to make it sound a big jacket. A big jacket that flares out.
Yes, like it got.
Don't listen to her.
Present. So okay, so
and then we have him here in the bird nest with his arms back, like, "Come get me, bitch. Come get me. Come get me, big bird."
Okay, so like he did do a lot on that, but he's cute.
Like, why couldn't it just be a tuxedo? I mean, you know, with a big flare in the back of the actual, you know, how the tuxedo has the thing that is long.
I get it. Okay,
but this is like a full out dress.
So with him, and also if you've ever watched Pose and you've ever really
this is not Pose, this is Sesame Street, ma'am.
I understand, honey,
this is Sesame Street.
But this about him though. If you see who he is and what he is, a lot about what he is being confident in who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we have had a lot of homophobia, so much, and we're gonna talk specifically about the Black community. Okay.
Okay.
We've had so much homophobia that these men are not growing up to be gay. They're growing up to be gay men, pretending to be straight, getting married, having kids, but yet having affairs with gay men.
I understand that.
So
but it's like you're training them as a child. You know what I'm saying? Because not saying that it's okay to do that, you know, to not introduce them to that at all. But I feel like let them grow up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let them wait till they at least get in middle school, you know, about to go to high school, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Because when you are a child, the things that you see or hear, whatever, you're tormented by a lot of things. Not saying that homosexuality is tormenting, but a lot of things that children are exposed to can affect them in some ways. Even straight shit. Yeah, like parents arguing.
Yes.
You being called a B by your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Like anything that's traumatic, they're exposed to it, but they shouldn't be. So
I get it, but I'm just saying, I feel like, and I'm gonna keep saying this, I do understand that there is a gay agenda. I understand the feminization of the Black man. I understand these concepts. Like, I get it. I know they exist. But in the same breath, you know, okay, so I had a friend. And this is when I was in college. I was an older college student, so I was 27, 28. But her son, he was 6 years old, right? And this little boy played with Barbies. This little boy wanted to wear girl clothes. Like, he just really identified with being a woman. And
did he have his father?
Well, this is the thing. When he first was growing up, he grew up with his grandma because she had him at 18. Grandma did not make him, she didn't gear him to the boy toys the way that we make him. She let him choose whatever he wanted to choose naturally, which I can understand that. Choose what you want to choose. So then but now fast forward to my friend graduating college. She's now got her son. So he is now 5 years old. She's living with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is like, why is your son doing all this girl stuff? So they try to make him a boy. I'd never seen that kid so depressed. He was very depressed. He did not, like, a little 5-year-old not wanting to
That doesn't mean he's
like,
gay, though.
Well, but once she took the time to say, no, you can play with your Barbies, you can do all the girl stuff. He liked wigs and all of that, and he felt more alive. And I like when he gets it with my kids, I'm like, if you want to bring your wig, go ahead and bring your wig. Because the thing is, like, for most parents, you are concerned about what your kids are being exposed to. My opinion is because you don't, and it might be judgmental, but you might not have that much hands on your kids and how you raising your kids. If you letting TV raise your kids, yeah, you are going to be overly concerned about what's on TV because you letting that motherfucker raise your kids. I'm raising my kids. Ain't nothing going to change my kids. My kids could see a man walking around in a dress. That's not going to change them. They might laugh because they might think it's funny because their dad has raised them to think that is odd. You feel what I'm saying? So if you are letting TV or this culture raise your kids, yeah, you would be like, oh.
I think everything is training. I mean, not to say the grandmother did anything bad, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no,
but,
I didn't see that.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying that she did anything bad, but I loved boy toys when I was growing up. I was into sports. I also was into dance. You know, I was into a lot of stuff. And I'm not gonna say I'm girly now. I'm girly, but I'm more of an assertive person. I'm more of an alpha female. So people will look at me like, damn, like, are you gay? You know what I'm saying? Because for real.
It is very,
because of my personality.
Masculine.
Yeah, a little masculine. But at the same time, I'm very girly. I love to be touched. I love to be kissed. I love to be caressed. When I'm in a relationship, it's a totally different story. You know what I'm saying? But me being a business person is different. So it's like the little boy, you know what I'm saying? He might like girl toy. He might like fashion. He might like wigs. That don't mean he gay.
Oh, he's
No.
gay. Not to be funny. He is now. I mean, this was like in 2009, 2010, 9 years later. The boy is gay. He's a vegan.
Wait. Damn. No, I'm not saying just him, but
no, but anybody. Anybody. I understand what you're saying.
But I'm saying like it's sometimes it might not just be that person is actually gay. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to expose certain things if your child is mentally ready, because some kids grow faster than others and mature faster than others. Now, if there is like where your kid doesn't watch anything that's gay or doesn't really know what it is, but they come to you like, I think I like boys, mommy. Now they might. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they have never been exposed, but it's on how you react to it. You know what I'm saying? When they do tell you that, don't push them away because you don't agree with their lifestyle. You can't help it. That's just who that person is.
Right.
But I just feel like you shouldn't expose if it's not necessary. Why?
It's also this, like, Sesame Street tries its best to be all inclusive of everybody.
Okay.
So like just a couple years ago, what is this, like I think 2015, 2016? 2016. They had their first autistic character.
Correct.
And so my 16-year-old is high on the spectrum.
Right.
He acts a little different. He has always had these things.
But he's smart.
And yeah, my baby is so
my
smart.
My god brother's autistic. Very smart.
Very smart. Very
count
creative.
money better than me.
Very creative people. Well, I'll say this, a little tangent. I feel like people that are on the spectrum, when you're higher on the spectrum, it's something about the way you internalize your thoughts and you don't allow culture or society to rule you, that I feel like it's actually a little bit better the way my son thinks, because he doesn't get influenced by all this shit.
Smart. That's good.
Very smart. But going back to that they had an autistic character.
Yes.
And she acted like she had autism, because they want kids to see that and say, so when they see a person in real life, they're like, oh, she must be autistic like that character. And so I think just having him on the show, having him dress the way he dresses, is to show these kids this is what's out here too. It's not saying you have to be like that, because it doesn't mean that those kids want to be autistic, but just saying like, this is what's here. And as parents, we have to be on our job. Like, look,
I feel like you should watch the show before your kid.
Definitely watch it before you do. I mean, my kids don't really want to, my little ones do watch Sesame Street, but it's just my kids aren't moved like that. Billy Porter, how do you think that he feels? That
he's gay and fucking rich.
Wait.
He's gay and rich.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
How do you think he feels that his appearance, being himself, being his authentic self, is causing such a fucking problem? What if there's nothing about being gay, but just his very presence of him in dress?
It's okay for him to be there, but the dress part is too far.
I mean,
it's too far.
I just feel like Like if you got
your
kids
kids might be strong,
your
kids might be strong, but the next man might.
I mean, shit. I feel like the reason why is because I fucking raised my kids.
That's
like
you
I talk
though.
to them.
You are good with that.
That's when people gotta be in their kids' life like that. You cannot.
See, that's the thing that you
like
might be in your kid's
about,
life, but that kid might not be mentally stable.
Mm.
You could be in your kid's life all day. That don't mean the thing gonna be turned on.
And then if they turned on, then what if they're gay? What is the
if
problem?
They're gay, then they're fucking gay. God damn it. They're fucking gay. We're going shopping, bitch. Come on, put your shoes on.
Go.
I mean,
well, you know, I had that conversation with myself before because I have 5. So I'm like, one of y'all motherfuckers might be gay.
I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying?
1 out of 5. She's so stupid.
I got so many.
She making it sound like it's a statistic.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you never know.
1 out of how many? So I'm like, I mean, I had made peace with it myself.
I
like,
mean, everybody.
One of my kids was like, they're gay. But see, I'm fag hag, as they say. I'm fag hag. I really am. Like, I love my gays. Like,
I love gays. I got gay friends.
But I think that it's just that I had a very masculine husband. And I just see him pour all that that if he ain't do nothing great, I know that's a
but
one
you know
thing
what?
that
I can't lie.
Was he put that masculinity on my kid.
Even if, not to say he didn't do the right thing, but just even if he did, that does not change the way somebody truly feels on the inside.
So then if they feel that,
so if they are gay, I'm not saying that it's wrong. If you want to be gay, be gay.
Yes,
but give people the option.
The option.
And the option, the parents, give the parents the option. Because some parents don't know that Billy Porter's going to be on Sesame Street. Some people just so used to letting their kids watch Sesame Street. And guess what? Because they think it's safe, which it's supposed to be. Just because they think it's safe, does not mean it's safe. Billy Porter might go in there kissing some. You never know.
No.
That's why you
don't do all that now. Sesame Street ain't playing that shit. I don't know. Are they trying
to... The cartoons did it.
What cartoons? Oh, yeah,
they used to kiss.
Yeah, they did used to kiss all the time.
They're kissing recently, and I think it was Arthur. The teacher got married to a man and kissed at the wedding on Arthur. Men? Yeah, that really happened. Kissed? That's what I'm saying. And kids and Arthur was our shit.
Well, my kids don't watch Arthur, so.
But back in the day, it wasn't like that.
Arthur was the shit though. So
but it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
and it's not us being homophobic. It's us just being careful. Not saying that it's. Some people are just not ready for that topic.
I understand. No, I get it. What you're saying. Like I'm not gonna pretend like I don't understand what you're saying. At certain
I know
ages,
you do.
I get it, but I'm just saying that look, we are in a place now with the way that every fucking thing is in this world. That if you have kids, you have to have your hands on them and how they're being raised. Because we don't just have gay stuff. We got drug dealers. We got these motherfuckers with all of these signs talking about comethazine and Percocet. And
I don't know about that either.
There's so much programming. I think that whenever we talk about gay people, it's like sex automatically comes into play. And I think about this. When you were a little girl and you liked a little boy, was sex in your mind? If like when they,
I knew what it was though, because the past stuff in my, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know what it is. But some people that aren't exposed to that are sheltered, that don't know, they might be like, what is it? Okay, for example, before we go, just like you, for example, when you were a teenager, you thought totally different than you do today, like me, right? Like. When you're younger, you think, oh, I'm going to grow up and probably be a doctor. I'm going to grow up and do this and do that. And then when you hit 20-something, you like, what the fuck? Bills are taking over more than my life. I'm paying more than my... And then you're like more culture shocked and adulthood shocked. Just like being exposed when you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, what is that? Huh? Why, mommy, why is she kissing the girl? Daddy, why are they? Yeah. It's kind of like, that's real? Yes. Like, I thought mommy and daddy were supposed to make babies. I didn't know 2 men could create a baby or 2 girls can create. You know what I'm saying? It confuses the mind. It's okay to expose certain people in time. Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. I just feel like Sesame Street is trying to go with their main theme of showing kids all kinds of people.
Yes.
So you accept all kinds of people.
Right.
Because we did have, like, I do want to go back to this.
Okay.
We have such a homophobic culture in society that, especially in the Black community, where we are not allowing these people or these kids, these boys, whatever, not these people. That just sounds so
these people.
Like, what the fuck?
What did you just call?
I know, right? Like, I felt offended, and I just was like, let me
offending the black community.
But I'm just saying, it's not allowing people to be themselves, and then so now they are creating more problems. That's why HIV is so high in the black community, because we had so many men on the down low. Because this was on Oprah, girl. This was on Oprah, okay? But,
don't put Oprah in this.
Oprah.
Don't put Oprah in this.
No, but there were men who, they are so programmed not to be gay that they would have a wife, have sex with a man without a condom, because they said a condom makes it gay. If it's no condom, then it's not being gay. They're just being a freak. Well, that's how much the psychology was fucked up, because they did not want to be gay. Let these men be gay if they're going to be gay, because you know what? All that does is hurt us as a people.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me, because that doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, if you are a man and you are married to a woman and you are gay on the low, at least protect yourself.
No, they would not. And that was the whole thing about how we were getting AIDS so much. That's why.
That's because y'all nasty as hell. Y'all want to fuck without condoms.
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing that a former thing in the gay community was not to use condoms, but the DL, that with the men on the DL, they specifically said they do not use condoms because it means that you're having it's a psychological thing.
I would think if you're not using a condom, that means you're gay.
Yeah, but they're not gay. They're freaks, honey.
You're crazy.
They a freak, not gay. So you know, overall, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I'm not gonna act like I don't get it.
Well,
like,
so we both agree, and I agree and disagree. So mm-hmm. I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna be pushed regardless of what the hell I think.
I mean, they are, but I just think that also this is for parents.
Mm-hmm.
This is that sign. If you want to have more control of what your kids are being exposed to, then you gotta be in your kids' life like that. You gotta be that person raising your kids, saying the stuff to your kids. Don't depend on Sesame Street,
on social media to teach them,
to be teaching your kids everything. So if you do see like, oh shit, Sesame Street about to have a man up in a dress in there, then that's your time to talk to your kids about it.
Take them to the park, make them miss that episode, or make them see a rerun.
I mean, well, they put them shits on. Like, have you ever seen how they put Sesame Street on? That shit come on the same ones, be like every day. Like my kids know them like verbatim because they drill it into your head. And I do see that. Ooh, God, yeah, they do drill it in your head. But ultimately, you know,
it's media, baby.
It is what it's gonna be, y'all. When we had what was it, number 8? What? Prop 8 was in California when the legalization of gay marriage. Cool. When we had that happen, a lot of people did say this was gonna happen. This is 2008. They didn't know that. It was written. Yeah, that was 12 years ago. And shit, that was 12 years ago. Fucking old.
It's just time.
But that's the times that we're in. And so you just gotta be prepared.
If it bothers you, all you have to do is get some kush.
Get some kush or coffee with high heels.
And Verizstyle shae.
Alright, well thank you for watching.
And please subscribe and like. Deuces.
Bye.